Welcome to the YouTube channel, Contact Center Knowledge Hub, your one-stop solution for expert guidance, best practices, and actionable knowledge in the world of contact centers. Explore, learn, and enhance contact center skills. Welcome to today's session on setting occupancy targets in call centers. In this presentation, we'll explore the key factors that influence occupancy targets, from agent productivity and customer experience to cost efficiency. You'll learn how to strike the right balance. Too high occupancy can lead to agent burnout and service level breaches. Too low occupancy may result in unused capacity and higher operational costs. By the end of this session, you'll have a structured approach to setting occupancy targets that drive performance while protecting both your customers and your bottom line. When it comes to occupancy targets in call centers, understanding industry standards and benchmarks is essential. Most organizations consider an occupancy rate of 80 to 85% as the sweet spot. At this level, staffing resources are fully utilized, but agents still have enough breathing room to avoid fatigue and maintain quality interactions with customers. However, when occupancy drops below 70%, it typically signals overstaffing. This leads to higher operational costs, low agent engagement, and wasted capacity, all of which erode efficiency. On the other hand, occupancy levels above 90% are a red flag. They often indicate understaffing, which can cause agent burnout, longer wait times, SLA breaches, and ultimately, lower customer satisfaction. It's also important to note that industry context matters. For example, healthcare and emergency services aim for lower occupancy rates, typically between 75 and 80%, to ensure rapid response times in critical situations. In contrast, BPOs and telecom sectors push for higher occupancy rates, often between 85 and 88%, to drive cost efficiency while still maintaining acceptable service levels. So, the optimal occupancy rate isn't one size fits all. It depends on the balance between cost control, service quality, and industry priorities. When setting occupancy targets, one of the most critical considerations is your customer experience strategy, often measured through CSAT or customer satisfaction scores, and NPS, the Net Promoter Score. Organizations aiming for higher CSAT and NPS goals usually set lower occupancy targets. Why? Because giving agents more time per interaction allows them to handle calls with empathy, thoroughness, and personalization. This also helps reduce queue times, leading to a smoother and more positive customer experience. On the other hand, when the primary focus shifts toward aggressive cost control, higher occupancy targets are often enforced to squeeze more productivity from the same workforce. While this may reduce operational expenses in the short term, it can backfire by creating longer wait times, rushed conversations, and ultimately, lower customer satisfaction scores. So, striking the right balance between efficiency and customer experience is key. The more ambitious your CSAT and NPS goals, the more important it becomes to set occupancy targets that give agents the time they need to deliver quality interactions. Another critical factor in setting occupancy targets is your service level and response time commitments. Most call centers operate with defined SLAs or service level agreements, such as the popular 80-20 standard, meaning 80% of calls should be answered within 20 seconds. Now, occupancy plays a direct role here. When occupancy is too high, agents are continuously busy, leaving little to no buffer for sudden call spikes. The result? SLA breaches, longer average speed of answer, and ultimately, lower customer satisfaction. Conversely, when occupancy is too low, agents may spend too much time idle. While SLAs are easily met, it leads to unused capacity and a higher cost per call, reducing overall efficiency. So, maintaining the right occupancy balance is essential. It ensures you meet response time targets while keeping cost efficiency and customer experience in harmony. Another important factor when setting occupancy targets is understanding call volume patterns and seasonality. During peak periods, such as holiday seasons, marketing campaigns, or product launches, call volumes often spike dramatically. In these situations, setting lower occupancy targets is essential. It prevents agent burnout, ensures adequate staffing buffers, and maintains service levels even when call traffic surges unexpectedly. On the other hand, during off-peak periods, when call volumes are relatively stable or low, slightly higher occupancy targets can be introduced. This helps improve cost efficiency by reducing idle time without compromising the customer experience. In short, flexible occupancy planning, adjusting targets based on seasonal trends and call forecasts, is the key to balancing agent well-being, cost control, and service quality year-round. Average handle time, or AHT, is another crucial factor when determining occupancy targets. When AHT is high, meaning agents are spending more time per call, it's important to set lower occupancy targets. Why? Because longer calls increase the risk of long queues, customer frustration, and ultimately, agent fatigue. Giving agents breathing room ensures they can handle each call thoroughly without feeling rushed. On the other hand, when AHT is low and calls are completed quickly, you can set slightly higher occupancy targets. Faster call resolution means agents can handle more interactions without causing queue backlogs or service delays. In essence, your AHT trends directly impact how aggressively or conservatively you can set occupancy levels while keeping both efficiency and customer experience in balance. Workforce stability and attrition levels play a critical role in setting occupancy targets. In high-attrition environments, where employee turnover is frequent, setting lower occupancy targets becomes essential. Lower targets help prevent agent burnout, reduce stress levels, and create a healthier work environment, ultimately minimizing recruitment and training costs associated with constant turnover. Conversely, if you have a cross-skilled workforce, agents who are trained to handle multiple queues or channels, you can set slightly higher occupancy targets without risking service level breaches. These versatile agents can efficiently switch between tasks, maintaining both productivity and service quality. In summary, understanding your workforce dynamics helps you balance operational efficiency with employee well-being, ensuring a sustainable staffing strategy. Another key factor in setting occupancy targets is the type of contact center environment, specifically whether it is omnichannel or voice-only. In omnichannel centers, agents handle multiple interaction types, such as voice calls, chat, and email, often switching rapidly between them. This task juggling can increase mental fatigue and the risk of errors. As a result, low occupancy targets are recommended to ensure quality handling and prevent agent burnout. In contrast, voice-only centers involve minimal task switching, allowing agents to focus solely on phone interactions. Here, slightly higher occupancy levels can be maintained without sacrificing service quality or agent performance. By aligning occupancy targets with your channel mix, you can optimize both agent efficiency and the customer experience. Technology and automation readiness are game changers when it comes to setting occupancy targets. With AI-powered routing and forecasting, staffing can be managed with far greater precision. This ensures the right number of agents are available at the right time, enabling you to optimize occupancy levels without risking SLA breaches or compromising service quality. Additionally, Chatbots and IVR self-service systems significantly reduce the volume of inbound calls that require a live agent. As a result, you can afford to set stricter occupancy targets for your human workforce, knowing that automation is absorbing a large share of routine interactions. By leveraging technology and automation, contact centers can strike the perfect balance between cost efficiency, agent productivity, and customer satisfaction. When setting occupancy targets, financial impact and cost efficiency are always at the forefront. Cost per call metrics often drive decisions toward higher occupancy targets, especially in organizations with aggressive cost control goals. However, there is a delicate balance to maintain. Pushing occupancy too high may reduce costs in the short term but can lead to SLA breaches, longer wait times, and a decline in customer satisfaction, ultimately eroding business value. That's why leaders rely on ROI modeling. By analyzing the trade-off between staffing costs and revenue protection from improved queue times and higher CSAT, they can identify the sweet spot, the occupancy level that delivers both cost efficiency and customer experience excellence without overburdening the workforce. The goal is to align financial outcomes with service quality, ensuring operational decisions drive sustainable growth rather than short-term savings. Finally, historical data and trend analysis play a critical role in setting realistic occupancy targets. By reviewing the past 6 to 12 months of key metrics, including occupancy levels, call volumes, service levels, and abandonment rates, leaders gain valuable insights into patterns and seasonal fluctuations. This data-driven approach helps identify performance bottlenecks and success factors, ensuring occupancy targets are not set blindly but are grounded in evidence and real-world trends. Most importantly, rather than making sudden, drastic changes that risk service disruptions and agent stress, organizations can set progressive occupancy targets. This allows for a smooth transition toward optimal efficiency without compromising customer experience or employee well-being. In short, historical analysis ensures every occupancy target is strategic, achievable, and future-ready. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel, Contact Center Knowledge Hub. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights. See you in the next video.